Hey, what's going on, Maschine Masters? My name is MGTheFuture. Thank you guys for joining us on this channel today. Today I'll be taking a look at one of the new sample packs coming to the Maschine Masters shop. I'm made by AG Got Beats, and I just want to cook up something in FL Studio, kind of like a freestyle, like a beat freestyle. I want to be putting in some of the plugins that are all available Black Friday throughout this week. Some things you probably don't have yet or you might be interested in getting, and more importantly, showing you how I use these sample packs to my own liking. So let's take a listen to it. It's called the Millennial Soul sample pack. It does have some drum loops. It has stems for each of the tracks. It looks like there's effects and vox that we can use to spice it up, and then actual wave loops. Since FL Studio doesn't have drag and drop to Serato, I'm going to preview them here and then drag them from my file browser system into Serato sample. So this is always good and easy to use to slice things up, reverse samples, change the key of samples. In fact, I might actually just use 2 samples. In fact, I don't even need to listen to them, to be honest with you. I'll pick them randomly because Serato sample makes this really fly. So in this particular folder, let's do live nights for one, bang. And then for another one, we'll pick something else, virtual reality for the other, bang. So one's an F major, it looks like, or it's an estimate. So there's an F major chord in that one. And there's an E minor chord here. So let's see what we can do. I can go from E to B. I believe it's a 5th, right? So let me change that F to a B, something like that. Let's go ahead and do chop by random, one of my favorite settings for this particular module. And what I'm going to do is transition that sample into this particular beat. We'll set random here as well. I'm going to select all real quick, hit reverse on that. All right, here's what I got. Now I need a new pattern, and this will be like my intro or my break, and that'll be the other sample, which is a 5th of that particular sample, kinda. One's minor, one's major. I can change it to the relative if I wanted to, but I'm gonna see what that B chord sounds like. All right, and let's run those into each other. Switch my snap to line. Let's see what happens. Cool. So I'm going to take both of these samples. We'll send them to the same mixer track. I'm essentially going to filter them the same, send it to track 16 maybe. I'm going to open up something from iZotope that came with their new plugin Nectar. But I'm going to use something called Relay, which is an additional module that allow us to gain stage, filter, and make different decisions. So normally with like sample packs and things, what I like to do is readjust the stereo width of the sample. And if there's like a low synth or bass in it, I like to high pass it. Cool, and then I can run that into another creative effect that came out. It's called Looperator. And this will just add some dynamic chops to it. It's pretty much like gross beat mixed with Effectrix. In fact, it's made by the same company that made Effectrix, if you're familiar with that particular thing. So just enough variations and things to kind of make it my own. Next, I'll do some drums. I'll pull that out of my kit, which is also available there on the Maschine Masters shop. 50% off this Black Friday. It'd be the Trap Next Door. And I think for the intro, we'll start with those drums first. Something real simple and laid back. And then that second set of drums I'll add here. And then I guess we could double that up for when the beat actually starts. Something like this. And I'll switch the drum kit out for that. And then on my clap, we'll add a reverb to it. Something simple. I think Sound Toys, they had a reverb that they were putting on sale. It was a little plate reverb. We'll go ahead and use that for this clap. All right, so the only other thing I probably want to add to this is a bass. So on these chops for that verse, we're in the key of B. I'm just going to follow that key as best as I can. These particular 808s are tuned to C. I'm going to go to my drum track or my drums part 2 with that. I want to copy it, I want to paste it, I want to send it to piano roll, and it's on C, and it should be because root is C. I'm going to move it down to B and see how that feels going with this particular track. I'm going to go here real quick to helpers, set my scale highlight to B major, and I want to use the fifth of this one. So I'm going to skip one, and then in the end, I'll add a fifth right up here. We should be good money. I'm going to cut that 808 pattern and just make it its own thing, so we can cut it in and out in our arrangement if we need to. And then here where this part is, I'm just going to have the snare pattern or something without the kick. So let me just duplicate this. So I'm going to take drums 2, which is there. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it or clone it. And I think I'll just take the kick out. So I'm going to take the rhythm element out, something like that. Drums 2, no kick. I would add some effects and some risers and stuff. In fact, right here where these breaks are, that's where I add some more of those Vox. The only other thing I would probably do is add another effect to my samples themselves. What other effect that we get this Black Friday that would be good for that? Maybe I'll lo-fi it a bit. We'll use reels or something to give it like this tape feeling. So this has a lot of different presets, but when it's so cloudy like that, just turn the mix down. All right, we got that.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And then lastly, where most of the drum elements are, you add your mastering plugin. I know iZotope was giving away their elements for like $29 each for Black Friday, or they call it Cyber Week now. So I think this is still the case for a lot of these if you missed them for free. So I'm going to run Mastering Assistant just on the busy part of this track. And basically this will give us our limiter level and some basic EQ. We'll start it from the top. Now we're here. Let's see how this all runs together. Real simple, light work. That transition out though, I might have to do something like a tape stop or do something where it's less dramatic before it gets happy and bright again for that last part of that sample chop. But you get the picture. It's very similar to the Metro Boomin transition tutorial. But in this case, when you have sample packs like this, you have the joints that you cut and flip for the beat, and then you can use the extra ones for those kind of breaks or just for intros to kind of like mess with people's ears and minds a little bit. But anyway, that is the Millennial Soul sample pack by AG Got Beats that should be available this Friday. And of course, we're doing a 50% off entire store using the code BLKFRY50 Black Friday. That's good until November 30th. So definitely check out that kit. Check out Trap Next Door Volume 1 while you're at it. And if you guys got any comments, questions, or concerns about these videos or the plugins or any of the methods that I use, definitely shot a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you guys are on social media, be sure to follow me at MGTheFuture on Twitter and Instagram. Also follow at Maschine Masters. Thank you guys for your time and support. Until next time, peace.